Welcome to Deliciously Dukan. I'm Gina Keatley, chef and dietitian. Today we're going to be making some great menus that you can make at home as part of your Dukan diet. We're going to be starting with two of my favorite breakfast items from phase 1, the attack phase. Now this phase has tons of healthy protein and a secret ingredient, oat bran. We're going to start out by talking about crab, which is the star of the dish, guys. These are snow crab, and they're super delicious, and they're included in your attack phase. And I eat them all the time. And I know they can look a little bit scary, but the reality is that they're so easy. All you have to do is crack them, and the meat's right inside. Take a little picker, you can pull it out. And I like this because you can actually have these for dinner, and then use these as sort of a leftover breakfast. Okay? They're really, really yummy. You can have fresh, or you can have this, which is sort of a different version of crab. It's actually a whitefish. It's an imitation crab. I like it because it's fast, and Dukan loves it as well. Add some of this in there if you get it. The other items that we have in our frittata is, of course, we have eggs, because how else are you gonna make a frittata without eggs? We're gonna be adding in our 4 egg whites and 2 egg yolks. We want a really sort of big and delicious breakfast, and this is how we do it. We're gonna add a little bit of skim milk. Now remember, skim is fat-free, so we don't have any fat in that. We're just gonna be adding just a little bit to sort of give it that flavor, that sort of creamy flavor that you want in sort of an omelet. Next, we're gonna be adding in just a little bit of our crab. Reserve half of it because you wanna use the rest of it for topping when it comes out of the oven. So half in and half reserved. Next, we're gonna be adding in herbs. We have chives, we have thyme, and we have a little bit of basil. Get in there. Now, I like herbs, and I like them in like a lot of menus, especially in the attack phase, because you want a flavor without adding any fat or calories, and herbs are a great way to add a fresh feeling to any menu. So then we're just gonna easily whisk. Takes 2 seconds, guys. If you've made scrambled eggs, you can totally make this. Everything's sort of mixed and incorporated together. Beautiful. And I'm not adding salt because the seafood's already a little bit salty, and you'll taste it in there, so no extra salt. We're using a non-stick pan, which we're gonna be adding our egg mixture. Beautiful, already looks gorgeous. We're gonna cook this in an oven for 350 for about 18 minutes, or until the eggs are really solid. So let's put this puppy in, and when we come back, we're gonna do my favorite part. We're gonna eat. So our frittata is out, and it looks delicious. You can see how it's sort of solid now. There's no runny egg. Oh, it smells excellent. So we're gonna top it here, it's a little hot. We're gonna top it with the leftover crab. Remember, we put half of the crab in and put the other remaining crab to the side, and we're gonna use that as our garnish. So we have a warm frittata, and then we have chilled crab that we're gonna add to the top. Delicious. This is the way that you Dukan diet. Okay, let's give this a taste and see if it's as good as it looks. It's delicious, people. So good. With the herbs in there, fragrant. And you can really taste the sea, right? The crab really tastes super seafoody, and it has that really distinct flavor. Love it. Next, we're gonna be having our warm galette. Now remember, our galettes are just pancakes. They're just fancy pancakes. And these ones are made out of oat bran. That's what makes them special. And oat bran keeps you really full. In addition to that, it helps lower cholesterol. So you really wanna add it to your morning. So we have our warm galette, and we're topping it with a cold ricotta. I love this. This is the same idea as sort of the warm frittata with the chilled crab. It's a play on temperatures. Delicious. Smells like breakfast. So, so good. Also, remember to hydrate. I'm gonna have some coffee here. Hydration is important, especially in the first phase, which is your sort of attack phase where you mainly are eating proteins. Thanks for having breakfast with me, guys. And remember, you can Dukan deliciously. See you next time. Welcome to Deliciously Dukan. I'm Gina Keatley, chef and dietitian. Today we're going to be making an excellent menu that you can make at home as part of your Dukan diet. We're making lunch from phase 2, the cruise phase. Just take a look at all those veggies and herbs you can add. Lots of variety so you won't get bored. To start off, we're gonna add a really nice spicy rub. So good. So what we have here is a variety of spices. You can really put what you want, but this recipe is gonna be on the website. I have a mixture pre-made, which I do a lot because I like to have it sort of ready to go. And I'm gonna take this spice mixture, which has a lot of chili and cayenne, and I'm gonna go ahead and just put the rub directly on my chicken. Oh, so good. So now we have our grill, and it's super hot, and I can tell because I have my hand over the grill, and I can feel the heat coming up. Don't be afraid of the heat, guys. That's where you get the really delicious grill marks. And when we place it, we're gonna put it on the grill at 10 o'clock, meaning that if you have a clock, right? Follow me here. If you have a clock, the chicken goes directly at 10 o'clock to start with. Make sense? All right, so I'm gonna show you here. Oh, hear that sizzle? That sizzle's key. Okay, so I got a spicy chicken breast. Again, it's really lean. This is part of the cruise phase because I'm having a delicious lean protein and tons of veggies. And it's also delicious. Okay, see, right now I have them at 10 o'clock. And they're placing, they're grilling, I can hear the sizzle, and I can also see the smoke rising. Don't be scared of the smoke. That's part of the cooking process. Now we're gonna take all of our veggies that we have here and we're gonna mix them as sort of the base for our chicken. That's one of the things I love about the Dukan diet is that I don't have to count calories. I'm really bad at math, but I'm really good at eating. And I love that you can really have as much as you want. In addition to that, you know, sometimes you can get a little off track, and Dukan has really great consultants, nutritionists that you can talk to and sort of get you back in line so you're eating healthy and eating delicious. So I'm gonna pack on the spinach here, guys. I also have arugula, which again is a very spicy, different type of green, and it adds that flavor and that texture, and it's just interesting, right? In addition to that, I'm using a different set of tongs here too. You see how I have my chicken tongs over here, and then I have my veggie tongs over here? It's different because you don't want to cross-contaminate, guys, so make sure that if you're doing the chicken with one tong, you don't use the same tong for the veggies. Cool? All right. Now we're gonna be adding in our fresh radishes, love it. We're gonna be adding in our red peppers. Now again, these guys are packed with nutrients, super packed. Onions, love them. And then cherry tomatoes, which I also love. And easy, they're very easy. I love, you know, to keep this so bright and beautiful. The variety, the color, nutrients. You know, what you're having in here, guys, is health. You're eating health. So let's go ahead and toss a little. We're gonna be serving this with a Dukan vinaigrette. That recipe is in your book, and it's a very simple vinaigrette, and it just adds a lot of flavor. For me, I really wanna eat. Life is about eating, and food should be eaten. And on the Dukan diet, you can enjoy. You can have an abundance of things. Because finally, you don't have to live in frustration. Finally, you can live deliciously. I'm a ranter, right? Okay, so now we're gonna flip our chicken here. That looks pretty good, right? Who knew I could cook? All right, now we're gonna flip it to the 2 o'clock. See, that's easy. Another thing is leave them alone. Don't bother the chicken. People like to poke it and turn it. To get those beautiful marks and that caramelization, you gotta leave it there, okay? And I think this looks delicious. I say we flip these, and when we come back, we do my favorite thing. We eat. See you in 1 sec. So our chicken is done, and it looks delicious, guys. It's been cooking for about 20 minutes, and most importantly, the internal temperature is at 165. Beautiful. Check out these grill marks. Oh, delicious. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna slice, because we wanna have a little bit of chicken in each bite, right? So line it up, and go ahead and slice it. Beautiful. Fully cooked, really easy, and I really like sort of having this lean protein in my lunch because it's easy, it goes with me. You can travel and pack. Oh. Beautiful. So our chicken is done and it looks appetizing, guys. Mouth-watering. Oh, so good. We're gonna top our salad with our chicken, and I'm doing double chicken because remember, I'm not worried about calories, guys. We're gonna top this with what else? Cilantro, because this guy is actually the star. The chicken's on top, but we're putting something else on top of that. Fresh cilantro has that sort of Mexican feel, goes so good with the radishes and the red peppers, just fragrant and delicious. So we're finishing up with our Dukan vinaigrette, and this is just in the book. The recipe's super easy, check it out. So let's taste it and see if it's as delicious as it looks. So good. Fresh, crisp, just delicious. And remember, you can have as much as you want as long as it's from the approved food, so eat what you like, right? I'll see you next time. Remember, you can, do can, deliciously. Welcome to Deliciously Dukan. I'm Gina Keatley, chef and dietitian, and we're going to be cooking up some great meals that you can make at home as part of your Dukan diet. Today we're working on dinner from phase 3, the consolidation phase. This phase should start adding back in fruits and whole grains into your diet, so you never have to feel deprived. And this menu is going to get your taste buds going. We're going to be making a sirloin cheeseburger, sauteed Brussels sprouts with caramelized turkey bacon, and grilled watermelon. So let's get cooking. When we're talking about the meals that we're making here, you know, one of the things I love about this is I love a cheeseburger, and I can have this, and still maintain a true weight. What do I mean by true weight? Well, to find out, check out the website, do a quick questionnaire, and find out what weight you should be for the rest of your life. Okay, so let's get cooking on our Brussels sprouts. What we have here is we have a saute pan that we have heating up here. We want it to be nice and warm, and as that's warming, I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about the actual Brussels sprout. This is what it looks like in its whole form, and this is what it looks like after we've steamed it. All I did to get to here was I went ahead and I sliced it right in half. I boiled it for about 5 minutes and I pulled it out. Now we're par cooking this because we want our secondary technique to be sauteing. We want the outside to be really, really crispy, and it goes great with your caramelized turkey bacon. So good. If you haven't tried these, try them. It's sort of a culinary adventure. And remember, you can eat as much as you like as long as it's part of the approved diet. Now, we take our par-cooked Brussels sprouts, and we're gonna go ahead and have a hot pan. I feel a nice heat there. We're gonna add in our delicious sliced garlic. Hear a little bit of that sizzle, that's what you wanna hear. Next, we're gonna add in our Brussels sprouts. Beautiful. Now, I love Brussels sprouts for a couple different reasons. Number one, they're packed with nutrients, and number two, they're just super tasty, and they go great with turkey bacon. Really crisp turkey bacon goes really good. And see how much I have here? I have an abundance, guys. Remember, if you're on the Dukan diet, you get to enjoy food. Not like any other diet where you're counting and measuring. This, you're eating. So stop counting and measuring and start eating, people. Okay, so we got this going over here. We have our grill working, which is excellent. The other lean protein besides our turkey bacon is gonna be our sirloin. Now this is an 8-ounce burger, and it's 95% fat-free, so it's very lean. And I really like a nice burger, big juicy burger. And as you can see here, there's very little to it. You know, it's just pattied out. We don't have a lot of things in it. We're just gonna put it right on our hot grill. Again, you hear that sort of sizzle. This guy's working, that's going. The next item we're gonna be doing is we're making grilled watermelon. And I love grilled watermelon. And in this phase, you're adding some fruit back into your diet. And this is a fun way to sort of spice up and bring the flavor of watermelon out even more. I'm just gonna put them right on the grill. Remember to use a tong so you don't burn yourself. A pair of tongs here, whatever you got. Right. Those guys are gonna cook for about 4 minutes on each side. I'm gonna flip the burger over, let that cook for a little bit more. Now, how you can tell when a burger is done, what you're gonna do is you're gonna put your hand up right here. This, when you feel, put your index finger to this portion, this is what it feels like when it's rare. The more you pull your thumb out, the more cooked the meat feels like. So this feels like well done. This feels like rare. Somewhere in the middle is medium rare, and that's what I'm looking for. So that's gonna cook up, and after you check out this recipe, when we come back, we're gonna do my favorite part. We're gonna eat. I'll see you in a second. So our burger's almost done, and I'm just gonna hit it with a little bit of pepper and a little bit of salt. Now remember, when you salt things, salt from high, because the higher you salt, the wider the salt distribution. Make sense? Now we're gonna add a little bit of cheese. Oh, delicious. I want that gooey feel. When I bite into that burger, I want it to feel like it's everything I want and definitely not a diet food. So the best way to get the cheese really, really gooey is to take another pan and to cover it. Now you're sort of steaming it. So it's gonna finish off about 15 seconds, and when we look at it, we'll know. Oh, that looks amazing, guys. So let's go ahead and plate up. We have our buns here, whole grain buns, and we went ahead and toasted them. You can grill them or toast them. I just like it because, again, it adds a little bit of texture. Then we're gonna take our Brussels sprouts, we're gonna take our caramelized turkey bacon, add it in, oh, so good. And again, we have an abundance here. It's very flavorful, lots of textures, beautiful, nutritious, so good. And then we're gonna top this with a little bit of spinach and a little bit of red onions. I'm a red onion fan. There we go. We had an escapee here. That is a burger. People, delicious. Okay, let's give our watermelon a little bit of sea salt. Remember, high above, wider distribution for salt. And let's give this a taste. My favorite part. Delicious. Medium rare, juicy, really, really good. And remember, guys, that these recipes are simple and easy. You can do deliciously. I'll see you next time. Welcome to Deliciously Dukan. I'm Gina Keatley, chef and dietitian. And today we're going to be making some excellent snacks that you can make at home as part of the Dukan diet. With me is Dukan spokesperson, Constance. Thank you so much for coming in, Constance. So today we're talking a little bit about phase 4, the permanent stabilization phase. Now once you reach this phase, you're going to be setting the scene for maintaining a true weight for the rest of your life. And you know, because you've maintained a 115-pound weight loss for over 3 years, right?
Yes, 3 years, and a huge player in maintaining the weight loss for that long is snacking. I've been known to carry around hard-boiled eggs with me everywhere, but this looks much yummier than that.
Well, I have to say congratulations. That is quite a victory.
Thank you.
And it seems odd because eating helped you lose so much weight, right?
Absolutely. I was never, ever hungry following the Dukan diet.
And that is key. You don't ever want to be hungry because you don't want to sort of set yourself up for failure. Instead, you want to set yourself up for success. And these eggs look pretty successful to me, right?
Oh yeah, they look so good.
Well, they're deviled eggs with a bit of a twist. So to make your deviled eggs, you're going to take your hard-boiled egg, slice it directly in the middle. You'll be left with 2 halves. You're going to take those yolk halves and you're going to put them together. Then you're going to take your egg whites and you're going to put them inside for filling later. You're going to take these yolks and you're going to crumble them. Then you're going to add just a few simple ingredients, including mayonnaise, a little bit of mustard, some vinegar, a little bit of salt, and a little bit of ground pepper. Then you're going to mix together to make your base. So once you have your deviled egg base, then we're going to evenly distribute the filling between the 3 containers. One is going to be for buffalo, which we're going to use hot sauce for. The other one is guacamole, and the third is classic. So let's add our additional ingredients. Just a little bit of lemon juice for our traditional. And remember, we're going to garnish this with a little bit of paprika and a little bit of chives. So this one will get placed in a pastry bag and it'll be ready to go. Next, we're doing a buffalo style one with a little bit of hot sauce topped with chopped celery. Mix till blended thoroughly. Remember, the more spice you want, the more hot sauce you add. Finally, we're going to be doing our guacamole deviled egg. So we have our base, and now we're adding just a few spoonfuls of guacamole. We're gonna mix, incorporate well. Then we're gonna go ahead and put this guy in a pastry bag. Let me show you how that's done. You're gonna take your pastry bag and make sure that the corner edge is turned inside out. Then you're gonna fill. Squeeze your pastry bag at the top and fill your deviled egg. And that's why this diet is really successful. It's about getting you to eat, not getting you not to eat, right?
Yes,
so it
absolutely.
seems counter. It's like, I want you to eat to lose weight, but it really works. And
Yes.
she is proof.
It's very important. You don't ever want to be hungry. You don't want to ever let yourself get to the point where your stomach is growling and you're just desperately looking for something to eat. You want to keep snacking throughout the day and making sure that you're keeping your body fueled and keeping your energy up.
So I know you're really good at the hard-boiled eggs, but let me walk you through just sort of the basic deviled eggs and then how we jazz these guys up.
And actually, these ones look really yummy.
Okay, so we have something a little different than your standard egg. Of course, we have our classic, which we've topped with just a little bit of paprika and a little bit of chives, but we also have an interesting blend here. So we have guacamole deviled eggs.
Yum.
And in addition to that, we have sort of a buffalo wing where we added a little bit of hot sauce, and we're gonna be topping it with chopped celery. Have you ever had anything like this?
No, that's totally different than anything I've ever had.
You wanna give it a try? Maybe the guacamole one?
I think so, yeah.
This is an excellent party snack. Let's see if they're yummy. They're good, right? Spicy, this was really spicy. This is spicy.
It is. Oh, that is so good though.
Dukan has a lot of products that are great because when you're on the run, you don't want to grab something and go, right? And these are good sort of examples of how to use the techniques and tools. Well, thank you so much for coming into the kitchen today.
No problem. It was so nice meeting you.
Of course. And anytime we have a party, you have to come and make deviled eggs with me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sweet. And remember, you are not alone on the Dukan diet. You have great ambassadors like Constance. You get recipes. You get coaching. Remember, you can Dukan deliciously. We'll see you next time.